Hello, Epicureans. Good morning. Since we were not able to conduct our face-to-face instruction yesterday, I opted to record a video discussion on our new lesson for today. So, as you can recall, we have already discussed the terminologies used in the rectangular coordinate system, such as the x-axis, the y-axis, the ordinate, the abscissa, as well as the four quadrants in the rectangular coordinate system. We will now move forward onto our new lesson, which will be all about the slope of the line. So at the end of this video discussion, you are expected to define what is the slope of the line and illustrate the slope of the line. So first of all, what actually is a slope? So according to textbook, the term slope is used to describe the steepness and direction of lines. So when we say steepness, it refers to the degree of inclination of a line starting from one point towards another point. So suppose this is the line, the steepness refers to how inclined it is from one point to the other. So it is inclined downward from this point onto this point. So when we also say the direction, it may slant from left to right, or it may also slant from right to left, or shall we say there's no change of directions, just like this, or just like this. So the slope of the line can be obtained by rise over run or rise divided by run. So what does run means and what does rise means? The term rise can be obtained by observing the movement of a point, whether it is from bottom to top or from top to bottom. While the term run can be obtained by observing the movement of a movement of a line from a point from left to right or from right to left. So there are four instances as well that how the direction of the lines affect the slope of the line. So the first instance is that a line may have a negative slope when it slants downward from left to right. So suppose this is the line. So for illustration, so it slants downward from left to right. So in this case, if you see a line that is just like this, then it may have a negative slope. So the second instance is that a line may have a positive slope when it slants upward from left to right. So suppose this is the line. So it slants upward. So observe this line. So it slants upward from left to right. So that is our second instance. So the third instance is that a line may have a zero slope when it forms a horizontal line. So what is a horizontal line? So a horizontal line is just like this. So there is no change of direction and just a pahigda na line. So this is the line. So it is from left to right or from right to left and there is no change of direction. The fourth instance is that a slope may be undefined when it forms a vertical line. So what does a vertical line looks like? So suppose this is the line. So that is a vertical line. So there's no change of direction and just a line created vertically from bottom to top or from top to bottom. So in this case, the slope is undefined. So for further understanding on the illustration of the four instances, let's now work on GeoGebra app. So I want you to use your GeoGebra app and do the activity with me. So come on, let's go. So for our first example, let us suppose that there are 2 points. So that 2 points would be A and our second point would be B. So in order to create a line from A to B, we will insert a line from A to B. So now we already have a line. So according to how to get a slope, the slope is obtained by dividing rise over run. So what would you do? Since you can observe here that the point created is a line that is slanting downward, what we'll do here to obtain the slope is to determine the movement of A going to B, which can be done by so suppose let's create again another point, so that would be C, and we'll move that point to determine the slope. So here from A, the movement would be downward, so 1 unit downward, second unit downward, third unit downward, and as you can observe, this point here C is already aligned with point B. So we're already done moving downward. So what we do next is to move right. So here we move 1 unit going to the right, 1 unit going to the right. So we have done 3 units downward and 2 units downward. So now our slope would be 3 divided by 2. So in this line only, we have already obtained the slope, and that would be 3 over 2. So let us clear this line, and we'll make again another example. Suppose we have 2 points, and that would be 2 points A and B, and then we'll connect again those 2 points so that we can create a line. So that would be our second example, a line that is slanting upward from left to right. So here, to obtain the slope, we'll create again another point, and that point would be C, and that point we will use that to determine the slope. So as you can see, it is a line that is slanting upward. So what we'll do here is that we will move upward from A to B until the point C is aligned with point B. So here we'll start with A, so that would be A, and then 1 point upward. So the second unit upward, third unit upward. So it is already aligned with B. Then patanuman will proceed to moving to the right. So 1 unit moving, 1 unit to the right, 2 units to the right, third units to the right. So since ganyan, naka-obtain naman tag 3 units upward, then 3 units as well going to the right. So the slope would be 3 divided by 3. The slope is 1. So that is our slope. So we'll have to delete these points, and we'll create again another example. Suppose we have this point. So this is our point, and then we'll create a line here. Line. So that is our line. So from point A to point B. Then we'll create again another point here, that would be D. So as you can observe, there is no movement going to the right or to the left from A to B. The only movement that we can do here is from A to B, and that is 1 unit downward. That is 1 unit downward. And that movement will be utilized as our rise. So since there's no movement going to the right or to the left, then we have 1 divided by 0, and 1 divided by 0 is undefined. So this line creates an undefined slope. So that would be our third example. I will create again another example. Suppose we have 2 points A and point B, and then we'll create a line that will connect A and B. So that would be our fourth example. So as you can observe, when you do a movement or movement from A to B, there's no option that we can do a movement that would either go up or downward. The only movement that we can do here is going to the right or going to the left. So as you can see, we'll create here another point, that D, and we will use that D to illustrate the movement. Okay, I'll delete this one. Create another. Create another one. Wait. Okay. So as you can see, if we will do a movement from A to B, then that would be 1 unit to the right, second unit, 2 units to the right, 3 units to the right. So we have 3 units going to the right from A to B. Then our slope would be rise, we have 0, run, we have 3. So 0 divided by 3 is still 0. So our slope here in our fourth example is 0. So that would be all for today. And for more clarification and questions, I would like you to I am encouraging you to message me or send a PM for assistance and further clarifications. Thank you for your time, and this is Teacher Kent, and I hope you learn from our video discussion. Thank you and God bless.